Blessed Sunday to you, Shave Cadre, of Barber Dave with Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. Well, we've come to the end of our Kaizen versus the Titans. I was going to do the Stirling and Mystic Water, but I know those soaps so well. I know how the Kaizen will wrap into that probably. We are today going to do the final shave with the A&E Kaizen. Excuse me, and it is definitely an elite soap. I'll say that right out of the gate. It is an elite soap. Where it will finally rank, we'll see. For the brush, we'll be using a Samog 620 bore because I have not used a bore yet with that. We'll be using the Kaizen aftershave, and to finish it off, we'll be using Royal Mandarin cologne. And then, of course, for the talc, we're going to use the big monster, the Pro Rosso Rosemary and Mint. So hope everybody's having a nice Sunday. Hope everybody had a safe and joyous 4th of July. But nothing was happening here. We went outside and watched the eclipse. That was about it. The one thing I noticed the second time around is I do notice that the Kaizen definitely lathers very similar to Mystic Water. Very quick, very nice. A little bit creamier, and when I say creamier, I mean like an oil, more of an oilier, greasier type thing. And that's probably the coconut oil coming out in it. But still very easy to lather. Today I'm not going to do the pocket method. I'm just going to dip the tips to see what happens there. Now, if you remember from my first video, I did have a little bit of sensitivity. So we're going to see how that works today. Good face feel. Like I said, very, very Mystic Water-like in its building. Oh, and also I'm using the Vector with a Feather Pro Guard blade. I have to probably re-look at the strength of scent because originally it was quite high. It's a little bit less today, but still very nice. I mean, still at a very minimum of 3. Good face feel. Good slickness. The in-pass slickness still not where I would expect it to be. Because I wouldn't say I feel any dragging, but it's definitely a little bit more resistance. And I noticed that primarily on the first pass. On the second pass, it usually alleviates itself, but with the other soaps, The in-pass slickness remains the same throughout. Because I can already tell it's slicker this time around, and that's probably because some of the residual slickness when I rinsed my face is still there. So we'll see how the second pass is. Still a little draggy compared to the others. And based on that, in this shootout, I would have to say the final rankings, the current tie between CBL and Kaisen has probably been broken based on this alone. Because although the scent of strength, or the strength of scent, is less on the CBL, the in-pass slickness is way out of the gate. So right now, as of today, I would have to say that right now anyway, as of this video, the top is now been, PCN's been dethroned, as I had mentioned. Now, post-shave slickness on this is fantastic for this pass. So SV Opuntia is now on the top of the list, not only in the den, but also in this shootout, as far as overall performance, scent, and everything else. Number 2 would be PCN, PannaCrema Nuavia Verde. Number 3 would be CBL BarberShop. Number 4 right now is Kaisen. Number 5 is Martin de Condre. And right now, Mystic Water and Stirling are undetermined. I will figure that out after this shave. So, will Kaisen be in the top 5? So far, yes. But we shall see. Now, I understand that the owner of A&E is switching all of his soaps to this Kaisen base. And it is a good base. But is it special as opposed to some of the other soaps? No. Because you would think that a tallow-based soap would beat almost any other vegetable base, but as you can see with both PannaCrema Nuavia and SV, it does not. In the case of MDC, it does. Now this third pass is much slicker, but I'm still feeling a little bit of drag. Now, I will concede that that could be a little bit of this Feather Pro Guard blade, as it's been in here a while. To me, where this soap really stands out is in its strength of scent. A lot in its post-shave, although not as slick as some, still very slick. I mean, you can do some cleanup, but it does get kind of draggy. So I would prefer to do it with soap. But the scent of strength is great. And I know that some people, I think Frank, was it? Frank or Jeff had mentioned that it smelt like Fruit Loops or something like that. And really, to me, it doesn't. To me, it's got a nice summer. It's a great summer soap because it's very light with the orange and the neroli. Okay. So based on that, I'll have the final results in the review section. But just initial, without actually looking at the numbers yet, I would have to say that the final standings are going to be as follows. SV Opuntia, number 1. PannaCrema Nuavia Verde, number 2. CBL BarberShop and some of his other ones, number 3. Kaisen, number 4. Mystic Water, number 5. Stirling, number 6. And coming in at number 7 would be Martin de Cambrai. I think that's the way it's going to end up. So, did the Kaizen do what it said it was going to do and break into the top 5? Yes, it did. Is it an elite soap? Yes, it is. Is it the best on the market? No, it is not. But still very enjoyable. Will I buy more A&E soaps because of this? Yes. So recommended for sure. Kaisen is great. Great summer soap. The Skin Food Splash is fantastic. And whether something like this matters or not, the best reducer on the market. And to something that Nurse Dave said yesterday about when I said that the Paraso powder was medicinal, and he would say herbaceous. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. I guess the initial hit, but I also get that initial hit off of the, because there is eucalyptus in the rosemary and mint, just a very little bit. And I get the same type of hit off of the Paraso aftershave. So when I say medicinal, that's kind of what I mean. But Dave is correct in saying that it's herbaceous as well. As far as the aftershave, and we really didn't go into that, I would say that the Ethos Skin Fluid, the Omega Aqua, and the SV are better as far as skin properties are concerned. This gets a little sticky. And if you've got combination skin, that's bad. Whereas the Omega is more powdery finish. Same with the SV. So not too bad. And Dave was also correct in the Paraso, because you can see here it kind of collects. What I do is I take the cap, pour whatever's gotten into there, take the cap, stir it around, get it into the brush, and then push it over. Then of course tap it down in. And I'll try the Dave method. I still cloud up, but that's okay, because I like a lot of powder. So like right now, I'm getting that eucalyptus hit for Nurse Dave, and that's where I'm getting that that medicinal in my nose, that medicinal. But it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I mean, it smells, I mean, I've growing up in a hospital with my dad being a cardiothoracic surgeon and my mom being a nurse, The smells of the hospital are some of my most fond memories. So, but this Parasso, if you have not gotten it, definitely recommend it. The Parasso thing you can get through Gifts and Care. I don't know if Dave got it through there or he got it through somewhere else, but it's really nice. Nice aluminum tin. It holds 600 grams of powder. Now I've got 400 grams in here because I bought the company out of their packets, because the packets, I think Dave showed yesterday, the packets come in their own. Okay, and also for those of you that have not tried Royal before, the larger bottles, which is kind of neat, come with the crown cap, but they also come with this little atomizer. And the cool thing is you just screw that on there. Instead of having to get it in your hands, you can just spray it. Now, you can be very liberal with almost all of the flavors from Royal. Is their light, even their bay rum, which I think, to me, Royal Bay Rum, it's the original, one of the originals, along with Dominica Bay Rum, which you can't get anymore. I think the Royal Bay Rum is one of the finest bay rums out there. Now, I know a lot of people consider a bay rum a summer scent. I don't. I consider it a winter scent. So, okay, well, that's it, guys, and I think that's the way it's going to end up. So, for the Kaizen versus the Titans, SV Opuntia, number 1. PannaCrema Nuavia Verde, number 2. CBL BarberShop, number 3. Kaizen, number 4. Oh, no, I take that back. Erase that. I missed one. Sorry about that. PannaCrema, SV Opuntia, number 1. PannaCrema Nuavia Verde, number 2. Ethos, number 3. Sorry about that, Frank. Ethos came in at number 3. CBL BarberShop at number 4. Kaizen at number 5. Number 6 would be Mystic Water. Number 7 would be Stirling, and number 8 would be MDC. I think that's right. I'll do the numbers. Anyhow, Shaving Cadre, as always, we thank you so much for your membership and everything you do each and every day. Don't forget, we do have a Zoom call this afternoon at 4 o'clock. And then don't forget, on the 10th, we're doing a live barbershop Zoom call with Kyle. So if you haven't seen us before, www.theshavingcadre.com. It's free to join. Come and join us. Probably the friendliest shaving forum on the internet. Thanks once again, guys, and have a blessed Sunday.